Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Health and Wellness. My name is Nellie Greer, and I will be your host tonight. In tonight's program, we're going to cover the very product items that we didn't cover in the last program. We did a series of 1 through 5, and we covered a lot of the products that we had in our store. And in today's program, we're going to cover the ones that we haven't heard of yet. We're going to start by talking a little bit about the aloe vera juice. We have aloe juice from the whole plant, from the whole leaf. And for those that know about aloe vera is actually a cactus plant that it has a hard surface, and when we go to use it, we actually cut it. We cut the plant, we open it up, and what we do is we take the gel, we can actually ingest it, but we can actually apply it on a burn, on a skin ailment like psoriasis or any skin condition, or a burn or a cut, but it heals the skin. It actually heals anything that is wrong on the skin. Internally, by taking the aloe, it's very cooling, it's very therapeutic. Anyone that has stomach issues or intestinal tract problems, being too hot, being too acidic, having that sense of burning sensation, not having issues in the bowel system, by taking the aloe vera, what you do is, because it's the whole leaf, what you do is you take a teaspoon of the liquid and you put it in 8 ounces of water and you drink it once, twice, or 3 times a day. Preferably it's best to take it on an empty stomach so that it goes and starts to cool and it starts to create more of a pH. And so it's very healing. It can be done at night as well. It's best to be taken in water so it activates it, instead of just taking it all by itself. A lot of times when you work with the plant, a lot of people will take it straight from the plant and consume it. It's like a gel substance. You can take it straight, or you can just do the same thing with the gel and put it in water and drink it. But this is the whole aloe vera juice, and we have it in 32 ounces. And this also can be put in a little bit of water, just a little bit of water, put the liquid in there, and you can actually spray it on the skin. So for any skin disorder, instead of applying, if you don't have the plant, you can actually just do the juice all straight and put it on the skin, and it will heal any burns, any cuts, or anything like that, or any skin disorder. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the Noni juice. Now these products in juice form are very therapeutic. They're in liquid form, so they actually get into the system quick and they start to work and heal to heal whatever it is that you have issues with. The Noni is actually a drink. This comes in a leather. It's kind of like a roll-up, but it's called Noni leather, and we're going to talk about that in another program. However, in today's program, we're going to talk about the juice. And Morinda citrifolia fruit, it's actually a Noni product that is, it's rich, it's smooth in taste, it's an antioxidant, it also supports joint health. Noni is actually good for kids that have ADD, that have ADHD, that have learning disabilities, for folks that have memory problems, dementia. It's an antioxidant. It gets rid of the free radicals, so it actually supports the immune system. And Noni is very good in connecting with cells and nourishing the cells, so that in response is that the whole body, then the immune system, gets charged and rebuilt. Noni is actually is done in a lot of different ways. There are Noni lotions that are applied as an icy heat method, and it's used for pain. There's another lotion that is called Lavender Noni, and that one is also done on the skin. Because it's got lavender in it, it's more of a response or a healing lotion for skin, any skin condition. You can put it on the skin. It's kind of a brown color, but in putting it on the skin and leaving it on there overnight, in the morning you rinse it or wash your face or skin or wherever it was that you put it on, and you would see like fresh new skin. And that's how it works in regenerating tissue, in healing. Noni does wonders for anyone that has sleep disorders as well, that have memory, that have dementia, that have depression. It works great in joint pain, in joint structure. Anyway, Noni is one of those drinks that it's very good in ridding of the free radicals. So we have this in our center. I'm going to talk now a little bit about, and in future we will have the Noni leather, and we'll talk a little bit further on that as to how easy it is in just taking it like a fruit roll-up and putting it in a little water, or you can take it in your mouth and just take it in without the sugar or without the substance of having it in liquid. You can just use it and have it like a candy or a, just something that you chew on, as opposed to, and I've used it in, put it in hot water, made tea out of it. I have taken it and eaten it. There was a time back, a long time ago, that we brought it in and I tried it and I didn't like it. It was just bad. However, the improvements have been done. They've done it in a certain way now that it's very good. It doesn't taste as bad as it did back in the day. So we will have a program to talk about the Noni leather, but we do have it in the juice now. A little bit of talk on the barley grass. And the barley grass, for a lot of us, we have heard of the barley grass. And I will say that when a person is very acidic, when they're embarking in getting healthier, and maybe, kids are having acid issues, like nervous stomach, or not getting the nutrients. A lot of times kids don't do very good at school, are becoming forgetful, not doing their homework, grandparents not remembering things, mothers and fathers rushing and just not eating properly, and so they're not doing as well. This drink is actually easy. You don't have to get all these fruits, veggies, and do a juice in the morning, trying to hurry out of the house. This is an easy way of actually incorporating a green drink to rid of the acid buildup in the stomach, but at the same time feeding the cells and being able to encourage the very good minerals in your system to be able to help you to cleanse. The idea is that when we think about cleansing, we shouldn't always think that you have to do a cleanse at a certain time because you don't feel good. You should actually be taking something that is going to help you to detox and cleanse every day. And every day meaning that if you do a green drink like this, that is as easy as taking a spoon, putting it in, taking a spoonful and putting it in a 8-ounce glass of water and mixing it and drinking it, you're actually helping your body to not only detoxify, but you're also doing a cleanse. And immediately within 15 minutes, I will guarantee you that you are in the bathroom and you are detoxifying. So the idea is that the more minerals you put in your body, the more and consistent you stay in detoxifying on a day-to-day basis. The idea is that you shouldn't think of doing a cleanse periodically. this is something that you do every day, and you're actually building, removing the bad and building the good. Anyone that's diabetic, anyone that is taking a lot of medication, that is not eating correctly, that has a lot of headaches, has a lot of stomach issues, doing the green drink will nourish and will repair and heal the lining of the stomach. Medication of any sort across the board will actually cause and eat away on the lining of the stomach, disturbing it from its natural. And so what it does is, that is the very place that you end up feeling not so good. So the idea is, by doing the green drink, you will start feeling cool in the stomach and not so acid and not so hot. So the idea is, this is an easy way of actually incorporating a drink every single morning. Now there are different ways that we do the barley grass. This is actually not wheatgrass. This is actually a mixture of a lot of different greens. And the way I do it, I tend to take the barley grass and I put it in a glass of water, and then I put the digestive health in there, and it mixes really good. It doesn't, the green drink doesn't taste bad, and the digestive health doesn't taste bad. Some people, it takes a little getting used to flavors, but for most parts, if you do them together, it's amazing how wonderful it tastes. You know, it's kind of like if you were to do a green drink with a lot of veggies, and you would put protein from rice, protein, and the digestive health in there, you'd be amazed how good it tastes. And it's a nice beginning, and it's a nice incorporating your probiotics, your minerals, all your veggies, not fruit in the morning, and it actually eats away on candida. So in taking these two different products together, it's amazing how the body starts to work and not craving the very bad. Because once you start doing this, what happens is, it's kind of like your mind opens up, it's like you're alert to everything, and you don't need to have all that much coffee. It's okay to have it, but you don't have to have it for energy, because you're getting it right from, because the minute you drink it, you actually cleanse, you build, and it's good for blood, and it's good for circulation, and it's good for stagnation. Because these are the two things combined, the green drink and the digestive health together. It's the best combo. Anyway, that is our barley grass. Now, in a liquid form, we have chlorophyll, and chlorophyll it's a liquid drink, and what it is it's, you know, some people don't want the powder. It's too hard to mix. They just want something easy. For someone that's very ill, for somebody that comes in the center and they have issues with diabetes, and they're really retaining a lot of water, you can see it in their face, their eyes are flush, and their nose is red, and you get to look at them and you realize that they're holding a lot of water. Chlorophyll is actually a nice way that it mixes. It's like minty, but it's actually good. It deodorizes the body, and it actually protects and strengthens the cells. It's good for circulation, intestinal, digestive, immune, and it's good in helping to promote natural blood cleansing function of the body. You know, chlorophyll is very good for blood. It's good in removing stagnation. A lot of these things are actually ways that are more simple for some. Not everybody likes powder, but the liquid is really good. It's really minty, but it also can be, and it mixes well with the digestive as well. It actually, we do it in variations. I mean, a lot of times we have one thing and the next day we have the other, just so that it's not the same thing. But however, they do the simple things. They actually do in bringing the pH, the body to a better pH, so that the body is not so acidic. And chlorophyll is a good way to be able to do that. We have this, and in this 16-ounce bottle, because you mix like a teaspoon of it in 8 ounces of water, it will last you a long time. So this we have here at the center, liquid chlorophyll. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the Essential 7. The Essential 7, it's actually a protein drink. It's about this size. Anyway, it's about this size, and it's a protein drink, and it's called Essential 7. And I think we've talked about it in other programs. However, Essential 7, it's actually risotrene. It has a lot of different products in it, and it helps with fiber, and it helps in getting rid of cholesterol, and also in cleansing, fortifying. It helps with blood. It helps with diabetics. It helps for heart, for brain. Essential 7 protein can be done in they come in chocolate, and it also comes in broth. And yeah, here it is. The Essential 7, it's Dutch chocolate, but it also comes in a vegetable broth, and they both can be done in hot water, and they also can be done cold. Now, if you do it in cold, what it does is you have a protein drink that's complete, and it will help anyone that has blood sugar issues, diabetic, hypoglycemic individuals. Risotrene is actually a product that is protein-based, good for brain. This product can be done this assists in a lot of things, in blood, for heart. It's good for balancing your blood sugar. It's good for diabetics, for people that have heart issues, people that want to lose weight. It can be done in hot water, and you can do it as a hot cocoa. If you do it in the veggie broth, you can do it cold, but you can actually do it in hot water, and it's almost kind of like you're having soup in a cup. So but it's pretty amazing. There's a lot of good things in it, and risotrene is one of the good products in it. That it's an antioxidant that actually helps to it helps you to lose weight. It satisfies. You don't feel as hungry. There's less sugar in this. There's a lot of nutrients, and it comes in 2 flavors. It comes in Dutch chocolate, also comes in chocolate, and it also comes in vanilla also, and also in veggie broth. So it's just another way of doing a protein drink with different ingredients in there, as opposed to the whey protein. Anyway, we have this here at the center. Okay, and herbal fiber blend. Herbal fiber blend is actually a product that a long time ago we used to put this and the barley grass together, and it actually was used as a cleanse. The barley grass would you would have all these minerals, and then the fiber blend would actually help you to detoxify and cleanse. Back in the day, and I think still today, I think people still think cleanse, 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 cleanse. However, I will tell you that in cleansing you have to be very careful and understand that as you cleanse, you have to build. Because if you do the cleansing and forget to build, then what happens is you actually end up with an imbalance. And so the very things that you cleanse of are the very foods that you end up taking back, because quickly is that you need salt, and where you get the salt as we all know, is usually thought of in snacks, and that's in chips and in potato chips and that kind of stuff. So the idea is you go back to eating in that format, and we don't want to go there. So if you present minerals along with a cleanse working together, when you do it together, you actually then won't go there. You will actually keep it so that it's more natural. You'll end up doing the right things, because now you're introducing the very things that you're stripping it away from. So the idea is the more and more you do both together, so you cleanse but also build, you end up balancing the system out. This is actually considered, it's like a Roto-Rooter. It's considered, it has all the fibers in it, it has all the herbs in order to detoxify. And it's got the psyllium husk, the black walnut, rose hips, shaved grass, it has licorice, alfalfa, it has oak straw, pumpkin, it has Irish moss, cascara sangrada bark, and yucca stalk. It's got passion flower, marshmallow. Anyway, on and on. It's got a lot of different, as you see in the picture. However, I don't think that once you do this a couple of times, or maybe you don't have to repeat this. You can do it, and then once it's done, and you do it like with barley grass, you don't have to be continuously doing, because your body will not get lazy in needing it. Once you do it and you're done with it, then chances are you won't have to repeat that cycle again. So the idea is to be able to treat the body, to strengthen the body, so that the body does what it should do on a day-to-day basis without the need of extra things. You know, back in the farm, people didn't do that. People just ate normal. And because they worked hard and they ate from the land, and they grew all the crops and stuff, that's how we have to do it. And normally doctors, when a person is sick, the very things that the doctor will say: grow a garden, drink fresh water, and drink your juices, you know, your veggie juices. But and it's all because that's kind of where we should go. But herbal fiber blend is for somebody that wants to start a program, let's say, and wants to do it the natural way. These are good ingredients, and along with that, it would be good to do the green drink as well. Now, in building the body, now we're going to start in using and working with things that are going to correspond and to help the body to restore our body back to good health. Colostrum, goat's colostrum, we have had this for a long, long time. And even babies that when they're born, mothers don't breastfeed, and the babies start having issues, moms know enough that if she isn't providing it, that, you know, she will put this in the formula. And the idea is that colostrum is actually the pre-milk substance that is the first food that mothers give their babies. It is what a mom gives the baby to start life. And what it is, when a baby is born, the mother has nourished that baby, and it protects it. And when that baby is born, it's born without the help anymore, and it comes into this world where all the environments, there's so many chemicals and toxins, and this baby is born to all this. And so the idea is, the reason why a baby has so many fevers upon being born is that same reason. The very first thing is, when a mom breastfeeds a baby, it gives the baby that fighting chance to be able to get all the nourishment and the tools to be able to deal with its environment. However, if a mother chooses not to, then that baby doesn't have a strong immune system. it has to get it from the food that he will be getting, which is not going to be as good, or it's not going to be as complete as if it was starting with the very immune, the good fighting nutrients that the mom would pass. However, so the baby that isn't breastfed is the baby that will have a harder time throughout life. And that's the reason why a lot of times when moms bring babies home, shortly within days, the mom brings the baby to the emergency in the hospital because it has a temperature, and she can lower that temperature. Even she puts him in the tub, she puts him in water, and the baby's temperature is still high. And it's because nature, God has created the body to create a temperature when it is being invaded with chemicals or toxins, or the immune system. If it's not up to par to fight, the body will start creating a fever to then be able to kill the very toxins and viruses and just infections that it has. So the idea is the body knows what it needs, and also and how to fight the sicknesses, but it needs the right nourishment and the right nutrients to be able to stay strong and be strong. So colostrum is actually a product that, for somebody that has arthritis, for somebody that has strength, bone issues, it's good for bone repair. So if you had a fracture, or it's good for the immune system. It's also good in skin collagen repair. So if you have the skin you've been doing medication for acne, the colostrum is very good in repairing tissue, and it also is good for healthy digestion. This is actually good for brain, for heart. It's actually good for skin. It's good for nails. It's good for collagen. It's good for everything. It's the best protein. It's like the best protein. And people that have arthritis, that have issues with just the strength, they don't have the strength in their bones anymore, the collagen is very good. I will say that when people start on the collagen and they realize what it does for them, they're never without it. In fact, there are some companies that actually put collagen in powder form in different proteins, and but we have it in a capsule form so that you have it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. It goes right into the system. And a lot of time I often say, if you get up in the morning and you go to the bathroom like around 4 or 5 o'clock or maybe 3 o'clock, go in the kitchen, take your 2 capsules and go back to bed. And what it does is it works on an empty stomach, but it works during your sleep time. It also is good to take it at night before you go to bed. It actually helps in better utilizing and breaking down your calcium when you take it at night. And so it actually helps bones, it helps teeth, and it helps to create better pH. It strengthens the immune system to be able to fight off whatever, or just recover from surgery, or recover from any fracture or any injury or any accidental anything that happened. So that is colostrum. It's good to give to kids too. For kids that have acne, this is amazing. Due to hormonal just craziness. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit on L-arginine. L-arginine is actually an amino acid. It's actually, it's an antioxidant that's actually used for folks that have heart problems, heart surgery, folks that have had, varicose vein problems, spider veins, that have blockages, that have normally it helps with, it almost works like a chelation. It works on the veins. It cleans the plaque from the arteries. It's good for eyes. It's really good for a lot of things. L-arginine helps you in weight because it works in chelating in the lymphatic and draining the lymph from all toxic waste. L-arginine is good for brain. It's good for a lot of things. It works on blood and on heart and cholesterol. It helps with cholesterol and high blood pressure. L-arginine is amazing. We have a paper on L-arginine, and when people read that, they oftentimes come back up and they say, "This is what I want." And but an L-arginine looks like this. It comes in it's an amino acid, and it's antioxidant that it helps anyone with arteries, veins, heart. It's cardiovascular and immune support. Okay. Now CoQ10, in the same family, we have CoQ10. And CoQ10, what it is it's an antioxidant. It's good for the immune. It's you know, a lot of times when people have heart issues, when they have heart problems, when they're taking heart medication, when they have liver problems, when they have kidney problems, you know, CoQ is actually, the body makes it, the liver makes it, but a lot of times when we are sick, when we have different problems, we start taking medication, our bodies cease to make CoQ10. So it's good to incorporate CoQ10 and to better help the body kind of, when it doesn't make it, you need to incorporate and use it. So CoQ10 is available here. It is a must. I know that a lot of people that are taking, if a person is taking statin drugs for cholesterol, they're no longer making the CoQ. So they do need it, because your liver isn't making it anymore. So you do need the CoQ10. And I would say that, and if you don't want to do it this way in individual formats, I'm going to talk about an easy way of guaranteeing that you're going to get all these different supplements in one container. But CoQ10 is available for those that have already supplements that they're doing and they want to incorporate the CoQ10. But anyway, that's available here as well. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the cell food drops. And the cell food drops look like this. And I'm going to give you little samples of how to do the cell food drops. And cell food is actually, it's a product that has oxygen in it. It has metabolic enzymes. It has minerals. It has amino acids for building, for the bones, protein. It has electrolytes. And what it is, there's 5 things. And what it is, when you put 8 drops in every glass of water, like morning, afternoon, and dinner, what it does, first thing, what it does, it helps the body to detoxify. But at the same time, it helps to feed the cell the very things, the 5 ingredients that are needed for healthy cell. But you need to detoxify, and so it gives you the very components that are needed to feed the cell: the oxygen, the enzymes, the minerals, the metabolic enzymes to build it up so your body starts, it has enough, to break down your food. and the electrolytes to keep the electrical flow in balance. So this is done 3 times a day. It has the oxygen, which is the #1 ingredient in here, and that is oxygen to brain, oxygen to cell, and oxygen to all the cells in the body. So it's a good detoxifier, but it's also a good food for a cell. It's I think for most parts it's neglected. I think it's overlooked, but I think it's a very important formula to include in your program. And that is the cell food drops. Now along in that family, in the same cell food, we have silica. And silica is actually what supports. You've got the calcium, but for bones, the silica is kind of like the connective sealer that actually, when your bones become very brittle, porous, dry, so much acid is on the bones that now the bones are not healthy, you're not strong, or your nails are brittle, your nails split, or they peel, or they're soft. Your teeth are not as tight as they can be, they're kind of loose. This silica cell food is the component, it's the sealer that actually goes in there and really makes everything powerful, and it's the last component that the bones, everything sort of seals it. The silica does that, and it says that it's the fundamental support for nails, for your hair, for your skin, for your teeth, for your bones, joint, muscles, connective tissue, gums, heart, brain, function. So the idea is this actually works on all that. Now, how do we do it? The silica formula cell food, how you do it is you can do it morning and night. You do 15 drops in the morning, and you can do 15 drops at night in 8 ounces of water. There's a lot of things I do in the morning that I kind of put it all together so I don't have to drink so much water. But silica is one of the things that's a must. It's beautifying on the skin. It's great for your hair. It's good for your teeth and your gums. It's good for your nails. It's actually the sealer. It's the best component. And anyone that knows anything about nutrition knows the importance of silica. And silica, you can do collagen, or rather the colostrum. You can do calcium, and you can do vitamin D. You can do magnesium, and those are good for bones and teeth and gums and all that, and hair, and nails. But silica is actually the sealer. Excuse me. Okay, that's the cell food silica formula. Now we have a weight loss one, and that one comes in a bottle like this, but it says weight loss. And that one you end up doing just at night. The weight loss on the cell food, it says weight loss on there, but it's cell food product, and it looks like that. It comes in a bottle like this. And the weight loss product is actually drops that you do 20 drops in a glass of water, and you drink it, and it's the last thing you drink. And the reason why you do that is because it has a product, an amino acid in there that actually breaks down fat as you sleep, and but it reconstructs things. It rids you of the accumulative fat that's in the muscle. So it's a good format. 20 drops in a glass of water at night. You have to do it the last thing at night. You should not eat like 3 hours before bedtime, and if you do that, it would be the last thing that you drink. It would be like the weight loss. Here it is. It's the weight loss. It is the weight loss cell food, and and it's 20 drops at night. And it's got the very components, 5 ingredients in the cell food, but it also has the amino acid that actually breaks down the fats. And it actually gets rid of the excessive water in the system. So, and it helps you because when your body is not so full at night, you actually sleep better, you recover better, you actually you feel better in the morning after you have allowed the body to go a little bare, a little hungry, or not to consume something right at bedtime. This is and it starts you off at a good schedule and also a good habit, so you're not doing so much of the wrong snacking at night. And that is your self food weight loss. All right, I'm going to talk about Intramax. Now, Intramax is it's a product that we've had in our center store for a long time, and it's one of the products. It's an all-in-one, and it's also a drink that's it's a powerful drink because it's so concentrated, it's so dense. There's 415 nutrients in it, and it's all from, it's got CoQ10, it has SAMe, it has omega fats, it has flax lignans, it has probiotics, it has enzymes, it has greens, it has fruits, it has antioxidants, it has acai, it has noni, aloe vera, it has a heart formula, it has a thyroid formula, it has an adrenal, it has everything in it. Whatever vitamin you have at home, it's in here. And what you do is you can do half an ounce of this in the morning and a half an ounce in the afternoon. And you can guarantee that you get your portions of all the nutrients that your body needs to function, to cell, to heart, to pancreas, to liver, to hormonal balancer. It's all there. Your zinc, your omega fats, your krill, your cod liver, all the omega fats, all the oils, all the acai berries, all the garlic, the onions, and all that, all the sulfur, MSM, and vitamin C, vitamin E, everything is in here. So when you take the vitamins in a liquid form, they're better delivered. And the technology of the Intramax is that when you take supplements, the reason why a lot of people say, oh, you know what, I take vitamins, but I don't know that I feel any different. And it's because the cell wall itself has become oxidized. It has become hardened. And so the idea is that it's like knocking on the door, but the door won't open. When you take Intramax, what it does is it actually softens the outside of the cell wall, making it pliable enough so now the nutrients can penetrate in the cell. And once that's done, it goes in there and it picks all the chemicals, the toxins, and all the bad that it's in that cell. It removes it, the heavy metals and all that. It removes it, and now it has room to feed the cell with the good nutrients. On a day-to-day basis, it picks up more bad and implements more of the good. Within time, what it is you're going to get so much of the best in the building blocks, because when you take it liquid form, it starts to address from mouth all the way on down, as opposed to taking a pill and it drops down to your stomach. And what you get on the benefits of that is the outside of the protein that's used on the outside of a pill that is done in high heat in order to keep all that into that little tablet. But by taking the Intramax, it bypasses all that. You get 100% as opposed to maybe a 5% or a 10%, if at that. So the idea is this one is for adults. I do have one that is for kids, and it's called Intra Kit. And the Intra Kit, as opposed to adults, it has, I think that Intra Kit is the red one. And when you do, for the kids, it's 215 as opposed to 415, but it has the same layout as to what the kids need. So for 215 for the kids, and all they do is take a teaspoon of it in the morning and a teaspoon when they get home. The idea is that they get the best nutrients, and I've had more and more parents come in and tell us how well their kids are doing in school. They're more attentive, they're more apt to doing their work, they don't have to be told. They get up in the morning, they feel better, they are not craving all the bad, they're behaving. Anyway, and that's all by giving the kids the very complete form of good nutrients in a raspberry flavor. And also on the Intramax Intra Kid line, we have Intramin. And Intramin, it's actually trace minerals. And you know, a lot of times when a person comes in, and oftentimes we sit down and we talk, we realize that a lot of times when a person says, I can't think, I forget a lot of things, I can't sleep, a lot of times if you check the diet, you'll realize that they're not consuming very much, if any, of the raw foods. And the raw foods, that's where you get your minerals. If you're just eating cooked and processed products, well, you're not consuming minerals in the form that you need. And so for those folks that they're not going to change because they don't like it, by doing Intramin, you're actually incorporating the very minerals you need in on an everyday, so that it would be like you're eating the right way. So for anyone that is really sick, taking a lot of medication, or just taking a lot of, you know, like aspirins or ibuprofens, or just, you know, something to get rid of pain and stuff on ongoing, that does deplete you of the very minerals. And if you're not consuming them on your diet, then you're -2. And so you need to start building and start doing the minerals. And we have that in a liquid form as well. The way we have it in the center is that we have minerals. Rather, we have things in liquid. Secondary, if we can't get it in liquid, we'll get it in powder. And when we can't get powder, we get the capsules. And then, of course, last, if we can't get it in capsule form, then we do the tablets. But for most parts, most of our products are in a ready way so that the body absorbs it quicker, easier, and because as we get older, our bodies become more slower, and by consuming things that work in delivering faster, so that we end up getting the nutrients when we need it in the early time as opposed to way in the evening. This is a good format, and usually liquid form is a good it's a good way of incorporating the nutrition that you need. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about deer placenta and deer and goat placenta. These are two products that, for anyone that is compromised in the immune system, that wants to build up their balance their hormones. It's an anti-aging. It is a beautifying product. it's a formula that is done in formulas from this line where they incorporate either the deer tips or they use deer placenta, or they use the goat's placenta, and it's usually to build the immune system, working with the hormones, working to balance the hormones, and but also just for the immune system and building. It's one of the things that is sorted out. A lot of people will talk about how in building their system, it's good for their body. It's an anti-aging product. It's amazing the very things that happen when you start to do formulas that have the placenta in it. And there's placenta from goats and deer is the two that we have, and we have been getting so many calls on this product. And the reason why I'm talking about it today is because the benefits that it has across the board on the body, it's amazing. And when people are sick, these are the things that they go after and they want, because they know the healing properties of them in regaining their health. And so a lot of times it's the same thing as colostrum. It's the same thing as the avian egg, that protein, the laminine that I talk about it's that avian egg where it was incubated for 9 hours, and it's used for to restore the bodies back to wellness, and it actually helps in restoring for brain, for any Parkinson's, and that's one of the things that's given. The laminine is actually given for people that have any seizures and Parkinson's and diabetes. There's been so many testimonies on it, and that too falls in that same line as the deer placenta and also the goat's placenta. Colostrum, laminine is the same way. It works on the immune system. When in doubt, when you have issues, when you are sick, can get better, you want to gain back your health, it seems like you're too lethargic, that you're too fatigued, you can't seem to shake it, you're depressed, you have anxiety, you're tired of being tired, you can't get yourself up and out of the bed or up and out of the couch. There are things that you need to introduce to the body to be able to uplift the body again to function on a normal state, because with everything that's being given, everything that's being altered in our foods today, that is what's causing us to be where we're at. A little for instance, I wanted to talk a little bit about how we tend to do a little example on the body. When the body becomes stagnant, where you have pain given in a certain area, where a certain side of you becomes too heavy, where maybe your arm goes numb, anyway, that is stagnation that happens because your internal body does not have chi. And chi means, long time ago, I remember whenever somebody drank on a Friday night or Saturday night, they would go home and they would drink some Alka-Seltzer and would go to bed, because they knew that if they didn't do that, they would not be able to function, or they would throw up. And so, but if you did that, you would throw up and get rid of all the alcohol. However, that is the activation that's needed. The body needs activation, oxygen, minerals to move things out and through. When stagnation sits in, we do have a product that is called Remove Stagnation. And it's basically herbs that actually help to open and move the stagnation and open those channels through. And so we have different products that will do different things depending on what it is that you have. And these are two, the deer placenta and the goat's placenta are two very helpful formulas that are actually in a lot of other different formulas in the herb line. I also do have, I just wanted to say coconut milk is back in the shelves. We didn't have it there for a long time, but we do have it back, and this is actually coconut milk in this little container, very fresh. It you can actually dilute it to whatever amount you want, or you can drink it right as is. But it's very tasty, it's very fresh, and it tastes wonderful, not in a can. You don't want to buy coconut milk in a can. It's very toxic, and this here is actually the best form to get it in. We got it back in the shelves for those that that want it. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about isotonics. We do have isotonics for those individuals that, anyway, isotonics is actually supplements and calcium and multivitamins that we have. And for those people that already are taking it, they know what I'm talking about. Isotonics are actually powder that you actually take and you put it in this little cup and you mix it with water and you drink it. It activates it and you drink it, and that is, I do have the calcium and I also have the multivitamin. I will say that for anyone that would like information on what we have talked about on this program, and also for anyone that would like to maybe visit with us and get a consultation going to maybe address the very things that they're kind of working with and want probably answers to, or maybe you want something different, or maybe formulate something different to your program, we can actually, you can call us for a consultation and at 651-486-0525 and set up a time with us. Thank you.